Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you all are doing great. Today we're going to talk about some organization, just I guess organization one thing that I have started to do. I started it last year, late last year, 2018, is organizing my stamps, my wood mounted stamps. As you know, I've always told you I want to unmount them. So first I'll talk about the stamp, then I'll talk about my process, and then I'll show you some of the glues that were trial and error. And so I have some stamps here, and I haven't did anything with these stamps yet. So we'll talk about this one first. This stamp I bought from Stamp Francisco for a good price. I think it's well worth the money, but I will not be unmounting it yet because I bought it mounted, which I thought I clicked unmounted, but that's another story for another day. This Santa stamp is so amazing. I love this stamp so much. And you'll be seeing that this year before Christmas. But let's talk about these stamps. So I want to talk about the Stampin' Up! Stamps first because I have a few out here. So in my opinion, when I was unmounting the stamps, the older stamps seem to be harder to remove because they don't have foam for whatever reason, right? Like Stampin' Up!, I think most of them came with this cute foam. And the thing about Stampin' Up! Stamps is you actually get the whole thing and put it together. Like you get the stamp, you get this little image, you get the wood block, you get the foam, and you just go at it, right? So the purple stamps, in my opinion, peel off a lot easier. For whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe it's the different foam that they were using at the time. Probably the same foam, but it just seems a lot easier to peel off than the red ones. But they peel off, Stampin' Up! Stamps peel off a lot easier than the other stamps. Like this stamp right here, I've already did this video and I messed it up. So most of the stuff is already coming off, right? Full disclosure. The black mounted foam, in my opinion, is not always that great. It tears. Like this one actually tore. The foam tore, and I did it very gingerly. So I'm going to have to peel this off and just mount it just with the rubber. All right. And then this one is from, who makes this one? Momenta made this in 2013. I think Momenta is under a different company. I'm not sure. So I don't know what actual company it is under. But for most part, it peels off really nicely as well. But in everything, you know, you need to take your time. This is not a speed project. And if, like right now, I'm meeting some resistance, I could put it in a microwave. You know, you want to start at 10 seconds, but I had to microwave my stamps like 3 times. So 30 seconds, but not total. 10, 10, and 10. And then this is a Hero Arts stamp, and it peels off fairly well. I think for the most part, the professionally mounted stamps come off, it's harder to pull off. But I think that this stamp has come off before because if you can see around, it has this yellow hue or halo around it. So I think it came off before. Now these stamps, which are like foam mounted, which probably stamp out really great, but they have no like groove in it. So I guess you can see the progression of the stamps over the years. No groove to groove to platforms, right? But this one I'm going to peel all the way off. I've already did it on the previous one. But if you can see right here, those little lines, it does not have, that's where the adhesive should be. So if I was to take some glue gone or goof off or take the glue off, whatever you want to use to take it off, this the white foam and that cleaner would definitely make this kind of reactive where you'd have to kind of rub it off. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to apply my adhesive right on there. But prior to that, I'm going to stamp this out, and then I'm going to cut around this once I take it off because I need all the space I can get. I have a lot of stamps. And then this stamp right here is from PSX. I'm not sure the company, like the real company name, but it's in California. I'm not sure if this stamp company is still there. I have a lot of stamps from this company. I bought them in like a D-stash. You know, you can go on to Craigslist, you know, wherever you go to look at things that you can get discounted, right? A lot for a little. And I do like this stamp. It's very whimsical. And so I'll keep it. I had to, I sorted out all my stamps to see which ones I want to keep. But this foam stuff on here, this rubber foam, I'm quite sure it's probably leading in the industry when they were making this, because this is definitely an older stamp. But I hate it. Like, hate is such a strong word. I do not like it. When I tried to peel these off, a lot of them tore in half, and it caused me a lot of problems and issues. And even with this stamp, what I plan on doing is cleaning it first, because you see this person that owned this stamp did not really care for them like I think that we should care for our property. But I'm going to clean it, ink it up, and stamp it. And even though it's on the foam, and I'll talk about keeping your stuff on the foam in a few minutes, I'm going to peel this off because you see all this excess space, all this space. I need that space. And then we'll talk about this cute little stamp right here. It doesn't have foam on it, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how to get this off. I didn't want to use any harsh chemicals, nothing with a lot of alcohol or anything like that, because I don't know what it'll do to the rubber in the long run. So I'm going to have to figure out, I don't know if this is rubber cement. I think it is probably rubber cement. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more research and how to remove rubber cement. The thing is, when you type in those functions, those search in the function, it brings up all kinds of like work related things, like heavy duty working things. So with that being said, let's talk about these foams really quickly. You see how easy this was to pull off. I'm not going to, a lot of people purchase this foam, take it off the wood block, mount this on their own foam, and then cut it out. I'm not going to do that. If this stays on the foam, I'm happy with it. I want it to be on the foam. I feel like this extra foam is going to give me a better impression. I don't want to remove it completely from the foam just because I went and bought foam or put it on foam. I have good foam. Now, if it was ripped up and I feel like I need to put it on foam, that would be a different thing. But you see how this is coming off? So that's the only reason why I would actually not take the foam along with me. But for the most part, I can peel this up and use that foam, and I probably will just put some glue right here and make them stick back together and go about my business. Now with this one, like I said, I am going to take it off of this red stuff, this red foamy rubber, only because I feel like it's not cut down well enough. But with this one, I am not going to keep this foam. It's super thick and it's very, very hard. So if you wanted to take this and cut up and do other stuff with it, that could be a possibility, but I'm not going to do that. So what I did, like just say, so this is a Halloween stamp. What I did when I sorted out my categories, and I'll show you quickly how I did that with these right here. I separated all of the occasions out. So all of the Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Easter, birthdays, Mother's Days, anything that we celebrate, I separated it. So I would separate all these two Christmas stamps over here. In this little bear, I'll talk about the animals. So this Halloween stamp will go in that section. All the animals, I put in a different category. The only two categories that I actually made special for me were the frogs and nautical themes. So this would be a category. The food and plants and trees and all that, landscapes, went together. Animals, like this is Valentine's Day, so this would go in that one. But if let's just say this is an animal stamp, all the animals would go in another one. This is kind of like a miscellaneous one, even though it has flowers. This is more miscellaneous. And this is words, mostly words, so I would put all the words separate. And so all the miscellaneous would go together. And then once I separated them out, I would go through and see which ones I would keep. And I'm really contemplating not keeping this stamp. Even though I like it, I'm contemplating just not keeping it. Once I did that, I went through and separated again. You know, it's a sorter that lives in me. So, yes. I know that this is holly and berry. If not, this could definitely go in the trees. But I know what it is. So, I stamped them all out. Right? But I have a lot of Santa. So, I haven't got to the Christmas yet because it's so much. Once I stamped them all out on a thick piece of paper, I had tried to use printer paper first and it did not work. So a thicker piece of paper. Stamp them all out, laminate them. Again, you can go to the store and buy the card paper that they sell, but why? If you have the stuff at home, don't waste your money on buying it. So I stamped them all out, laminate the paper. So let's go back. I stamped them out, unmounted them. My daughter laminated the paper and she put them on the back for me. But she's not here. She's in school now, so I'll be doing that. So I'll stamp all of them out. The same process. Stamp them out, unmount them, laminate the paper, and then mount them on here. And then put them in a plastic sleeve. A page protector's plastic sleeve, and then I put it in a binder. Once I complete the entire process, I'll show you what I've done with the entire thing. I think I'll have a few binders, and they're thick CD case binders that I lucked up and got from Walmart for $5 and under, right? So you can see the depth of these stamps. Like this one is thick. This one is thin. It's just the foam, and I am okay with that. Now, since you know, I have platform. I have my Tim Holtz platform, and I have a few other stamping assistance. I would use this on the clear. I would definitely use this on clear. This would be on the rubber, because the rubber side is for mounted stamps, not unmounted stamps, or foam mounted, not unmounted. So like this right here, when I would put it on, it would be there, and they do work. Let me show you. So I'm just going to use this little container right here as my acrylic block. It works. Now some of them that are not as tacky, it's because I didn't use my adhesive on there. And so let's go ahead and transition into that. So not all glues are made the same, right? So what I started off using, no offense to any company, was this. It said tacky, and I was like, yes. And so it doesn't say repositionable though. I should have thought about that. So I have like 5 or 6 sheets that I was using because I did not have Aleene's at the time. So I went online, I tried to figure out what else could I use, and I couldn't find my Zig 2-way pen because that's supposed to work as well. It is a repositionable glue. So I walked to Michael's looking for Aleene's, and they didn't have any. It was on clearance, and so you know how Michael's does. They clearance things out and they take it off the shelf. I contacted the companies, Aleene's and Michael's, to see if I can find any more locally, and they didn't. No, I had to order it offline from Amazon. But I used the Tombow. I bought this Tombow mistakenly for the other one because that's supposed to be repositioned as well, and it just did not work out for me. So I have this one, and the bottle is almost gone, so it's like halfway gone. And I've been very light-handed with it because I don't want it to be super tacky. Like I'll show you one of them that's really tacky, but that's from the original adhesive. But this stuff is repositionable, and that's what you really want. Whatever you're going to use something that's repositionable, not something that just says tacky. I can't believe none of the craft companies here locally actually have that in the store. So anyway, like this one right here, it's pretty tacky, and it works again just fine. No problem. Right? No problem. So I have 27 stamped images on this page. I could not have 27 stamps like this stacked up in one page. One location. It would not work out. It would be a big mess. So overall, I'm super excited about this journey of getting organized. I have a lot more things that I want to get organized, and I'll show you those as I do. Now, I do have some stamps that I'm going to keep on the wood block, just because I feel like I want to keep them on there, but if time comes where I need to take them off, I will. So I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that it has been informative. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you have any suggestions on what I could do better, leave them in the comment section as well. I'm always open to self-improvement as well as craft improvement. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.